Welcome to the BSE podcast. Zach and I are here with the legendary Rigan Machado, world-renowned jiu-jitsu champion, teacher, director, trainer to the stars, hundreds of stars, Hollywood stars, entertainers, singers, dancers, actors. So Rigan, welcome to the show. Thank you for your show.
Welcome, brother. Good to talk to you. Yeah, we were just kind of shooting the shit about Kingo and Frank Grillo. And
Frank Grillo is one of the coolest dude I have opportunity to hang out, and I consider him one of my really good friends. But I got a phone call from a friend of mine named Dimitri, who directed a film called Kickbot. You in the movie, right? That's and Dimitri told me, "Hey, I'm doing a movie called Jiu-Jitsu, and I'm gonna shoot in Cyprus." I was all excited because opportunity to be on the film was Frank Grillo, Tony Jaa, Nicolas Cage. I said, that's gonna be fantastic to do a movie about Jiu-Jitsu. And when I got there, was not about Jiu-Jitsu, it's about Predator. I was wondering why. I was like, where's the Jiu-Jitsu?
But there is just the neck. Well, back up a little bit though. Yeah. Let's tell the viewers, you were there, like you trained the cast. You trained the child. They didn't jiu-jitsu.
No, this right. I come as a performer.
Oh, you were an actor in the movie. Okay.
And I was about 7 different type of warriors who the Predator come to challenge these warriors. And I was the big guy. I have a hammer. I was like considered to be the brawler.
Now, there was another movie made back around 2008 called Redbelt. And it was based on jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah, Dave Mamet was a fantastic writer. And Dave Mamet is like, he wrote a film about Redbelt. About David Mamet, he loved these curves in the films. Like, you never know what's going to happen. And he always have these curves like you caught the attention because his writing's fantastic.
curveball at the end.
No, the whole film never know who's good, who's bad.
Yeah.
All the twists on the film. And one the thing what's amazing about David Mamet want to do something related to Jiu-Jitsu, no? And I have opportunity to meet Renato Magno, who was his teacher, and my younger brother was on the film, play one of the fires. But the story was very cool, very lot of curves like that. That was
Gray Maynard in that film? Gray Maynard, UFC fighter, is he in that?
No, the UFC guys was Randy Couture was on the film, and have a Japanese guy named Igan Inoue, which he was a fighter for Pride and few events. The guy was a very successful Japanese fighter, who his brothers from Hawaii, both grew up in Hawaii. But was a good experience to have opportunity to work in the Red Belt.
No, it's awesome. Over the years, you had loosely, obviously, at least, he's promoting kind of like what was, primitive grappling. You saw some like half guillotines and stuff he do, but it was most primarily kicking and punching and trapping. And then, you had Van Damme come along and it's kicking and punching. And then you had Speakman with the Perfect Brecken, which was a great promo for Kempo Karate, for sure. And, a little later we had Black Dove, which is a great promo for Japanese Shotokan. So, why do you think there hasn't been one, like a movie equivalent of, say, the Perfect Weapon for Kempo on Jiu-Jitsu? Or is it calm?
Jiu-Jitsu is not excited to watch like strikes. In Jiu-Jitsu, sometimes still like a mystery for a lot of people to watch. When you have like spinning kicks, like some cool techniques, and it's very exciting to watch. But when you see a lot of grappling, people don't have the same feeling.
And I feel like they don't understand it. If the people that understand it, they get excited, right?
Yeah, you put a little bit is fine, but I don't think it's something.
It's not as exciting.
You want to do too much because For sure, you do a movie specific about jiu-jitsu and stuff, you can figure out a way to make it excited. But I think for action films and stuff like that, it's still not there yet. Maybe, you never know.
Have you ever seen the movie? I can't remember the date, but have you ever seen Vision Quest, the wrestling movie with Matthew Modine?
Vision Quest.
Vision Quest, yeah. It's got Matthew Modine in it. For wrestlers, it's like one of the main movies you watch when you're a wrestler, right? And I go,
Wing, I seen, yes.
I'm over, right? Yeah, it's over. I think it's like 87. It's like going down. Yeah, sure. But I think the reason that movie ended up being successful is because the story was around, an 18-year-old kid that is finding himself, and he does it within the realm of trying to cut weight and wrestle this guy. So they call it a vision quest. But he falls in love with a girl for the first time. There's things that happen to him. I think if you were going to do like a jiu-jitsu movie, that's kind of how you'd have to do it. You'd have to make it more about the story, and then the jiu-jitsu is kind of in it as parallel.
Well, I was just thinking that I think the story of jiu-jitsu and how it got from Japan to Brazil.
I have people working on, right now they have 4 stories working on all jiu-jitsu. One is about horse race. I have a director who did Dam of Thieves, Christian Wood, I guess.
Would it be like a biopic?
Well, it's about horse race lifestyle, how we end up on the
Well, that would be huge.
yeah, all the way from Brazil. I think it's about horse, 100%. Have another story who being in development as a story about Hickson race. That also, it's like same life story, how he come Hickson race. You have another one who's in Brazil, Apple is doing like a series about the Grace family, or from Carlos Grace, Heather Grace, all the champions and stuff. This one is being developed at Apple right now. And
Apple huge. Apple's a big platform. That'd be good.
yeah, that Apple Brazil.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. Okay.
I think maybe it's gonna be 50%. But the start in Brazil, probably gonna be in Portuguese. When they come to America, it's gonna have the English version. They're gonna be in English. But the other one is a documentary, a doc series about the Grace family at the ESPN by a man named Chris. I think it's Chris Fall, I believe it, yeah. And he put this amazing documentary, yes, then. But I think all this being developed. All in the row. You never know which one is going to happen.
Take you off. Yeah.
Of course, you never know. Sometimes have curveballs in this business. Like some being developed already for 7 years, the other one's been developed for 3 or 4. But I think so far that's the projects we have about jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's go back to your early days in Brazil. Take us from your first day in jiu-jitsu. And did you ever see it taking you from where you were at to where you're at?
No, I never imagined. I grew up in Brazil. I have 4 brothers. My father is a judge. My mother, we grew up in the small city, Teresópolis. It's like 2 hours from the big city, Rio. But my mother's sister married the founder of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, called Carlos Gracie. My aunt was Laí Gracie. And basically, Carlos Gracie came my aunt. And growing up, I ended up moved to the big city to go to high school with things like that. And that's how when I started training jiu-jitsu with my uncle to his kids, and his kids like me. They start talk to my parents like, oh, let him stay in the big city. They have potential to be a good jiu-jitsu guy. That's how little by little everything start. After a while, my brothers want to do it. And that's when my mother said, okay, let's move to the big city, because all the kids want to train jiu-jitsu and let them have the fun. And but I never imagined to do jiu-jitsu as a business. I went to business school. My brother's a lawyer. Everybody went to college to figure out what to do with your life, not focus in jiu-jitsu as a business. But little by little, when they came to United States, I have opportunity to Chuck Norris, my cousin Hortel, and little by little start happening a lot of opportunity. Chuck Norris come, why you don't open a school here with me here? And I help you, little by little, said, well, I love it, state, I had the best start, let's give it a shot, you know what I mean? I opened up as a school, starting super good, little by little, I brought my brothers, in that little by little, my brother, my cousins created UFC. Rigan Gracie and Royce fought the UFC, come super success. It sound like have a big opportunity for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to grow. And for me, it was the right time, the right place. It was amazing. It was an amazing journey who gave me the opportunity to go to 100 different countries, over 1,000 seminars. And for me, it was like, wow, I have a chance to travel to some unique places I never imagined to travel. But what was amazing about that was the film. I never cared much about Hollywood. I think the first person who little by little start pushing us to get involved in the Hollywood was Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris little by little, hey, work here. I have a TV show called Texas Ranger. I want to do some jiu-jitsu. I want you guys to help me, and I start like sure. You know what I mean? And he, why you guys don't do a cameo on the shows?
Yeah, there's one show your entire family's in that just like that was.
But the example, we never realize what Hollywood is. And little by little, we got phone call from Steve Seagal to work in the city too. And me and my brother John went over there. My brother was one of the guys they fight on the train. And little by little, we start like have more phone calls, more things. And by accident, I opened school in Beverly Hills. And my push story for Ashton Kutcher, I start teaching some directors and stuff like that. And little by little, I start, wait a minute, what's Hollywood? What's this business? And little by little, I have opportunity to meet Chad, who own a place, 8711, the Chad that they lead to come to director, but they start as a stud guys.
Yeah.
And I started up meet Keanu Reeves to chat. Hey, let's do some jiu-jitsu more if Keanu, blah, blah, blah. Little by little, the opportunity start happening. I sound like I met Paul Walker, who,
I was just getting ready to ask you if you were.
yeah, Paul Walker was already a student of, he lived in Sotabá, where he trained with a guy named Franginha, was a great friend. My Franginha introduced me to Paul Walker. And Paul Walker was working Fast and Furious, yeah. And I went over there to work at State Paul Walker. You're working Fast and Furious 5. And I have opportunity to meet Van Diesel. And we come friends. And Van Diesel later invited us to do a cameo in one of his shows he was directing about bodyguards and stuff. We did a cameo. After this, I got a phone call to work in Fast and Furious 7. But that's when Paul Walker cast us in.
Yeah.
And from there, was very emotional show. I got involved to help a few fight scenes. If I did something super cool, he did a video. He put online, say good things about me. And he put his Facebook at the time. He have Instagram, don't have. What he put on the Facebook, he have hundreds million followers. And everybody start calling. I start people calling, say, hey, come to this, come to that. And that's when they decide, like, I want to do that the right way. Let me study more about this and learn what's producing this, what you're having, what. And little by little, I start studying more and more and more and learning what it is. And little by little, to a point, I want to produce few films first. I produced a film called America Sicario, was sold for Hulu. Later, I wrote a small story, and I have this friend who's a Italian guy named Nico. He's like a half distribution, director, producer, and he come to me. I have a friend Alvaro who introduced him to new. And Nico said, "Boy, I help you to raise some money for your film. I raised a little bit, but he raised the money for me. And I said, okay, shoot. And I shot a small film. I shot in 8 days. I only have 8 days. That's awesome. Instead, do like 6, 7 pages a day. I did 23 pages a day. Because I didn't have a choice. I had to.
How many hours did you sleep?
You don't sleep. But work because opportunity come or you take.
Take it or leave it, man. Take it or go everybody. I think was it 50 Cent? I think he said, you know, I don't sleep. He said, I sleep when I'm done. That's it.
I think a lot of successful people don't see it that way.
Yeah.
You know?
What's up? I'm gonna tell was the challenge for me was the mistakes I did. Because my philosophy said the only way I'm gonna know this business doing it and learn from the mistake I'm doing.
Jumping in.
Yeah.
Baptism on the fire.
I know how to do a little bit better, but I still wanna do my mistakes.
You know, it's very interesting to say that because in 1998, I had an idea for a film in Ireland. And I did. I made Ireland's first homegrown, all-Irish martial arts action movie.
You did?
I did.
And you know, what's the name of my
Babel Alleviation. People knock. Of course, I didn't know what I was doing. I was 22 years old. Yeah, it was the hardest movie. Lots of action. But you had lots of fights, lots of locations, lots of people. No budget. No budget. You know, for the rental of the guns and the squibs and the bullets. But no budget to pay things goes. And just what you said, it's the best film school.
Yeah.
Baptism on the fire. You'll learn how to make a movie when you're just, like you had 8 days to make your... You probably learn more in that 8 days.
I realize right now in the process of learning before I do a serious movie, I want to get the experience like a nickname like popcorn film. Films sell, easy to sell, but simple to do.
Yeah.
And basically, I want to challenge myself in the action department. That's why my next move I'm doing is zombie, bro. Why? Because I want to add all the things I can push on the action for the film.
And that's a good, zombie is good because there's a whole plethora of people out there that love zombie films. Oh, automatically going to watch it.
They do very well.
Yeah, they do very well.
They just made one down in Australia recently, the zombie book. I'm not doing a second.
Yes.
And they're not big budgets, but they do.
Yeah, but they're doing a comedy. Oh, a comedy. I bring a lot of influencers this time. Influence a few actors, but 6% of the actors who come in my movie is very big influencers. You know what I mean? Who so funny on the social media. I wanna use these guys came all over the film to have opportunity to try do a good popcorn. It was simple but very well done.
Who are some of the influencers that you're bringing up?
And I tried bring a guy named Nicky, this little chubby kid who is so funny. I try bring Fabio, the good looking guy on the 50s or 60s. Yeah, the true actors that I like to bring is Steve Baldwin, Jamie Kennedy.
Okay, oh, it is that. He's good.
Kennedy, I feel both of these guys on the film.
They work well together. That's a good pair.
Yeah, I bring like a lot of martial artists, maybe 1 or 2 UFC guys for fun. They're young. And my last movie, I did Blow for Blow. The one I direct, I brought Al Costa. Okay. I brought him.
And he's built like an Adonis.
Yeah, right there in the middle of the scene. It's like, hey, take your shirt off.
You thought it, he's like, he's dreaded. He is. He's an Italian Greek god. Like, you gotta see it.
Yeah, it's easy for no. It's funny because when he did the film, he said, whatever, I did a favor for Higgins. And he didn't take the movie very serious. They said, oh, I have the movie here. I'm going to say in 2 years. I said to me, I'm going to watch my guy. The next day, he coupled me. I cried twice on the movie. He liked it. That's awesome. Because you need to do a little good message.
Yeah, for sure. And that was the first thing he's ever done, correct? Is that the first movie he's like, yeah, Paul? I think so.
Definitely one of the first for sure.
Yeah.
Let's go back to jiu-jitsu first. I hear a lot of people say the jiu-jitsu taught in Brazil in your day, opposed to the jiu-jitsu taught in the U.S., is very different. Like a lot of people say, what you learn in Brazil is more combat jiu-jitsu. It's tougher, it's harder. What you learn in the U.S. is more insurance modified and sports oriented. Can you shed some detail on that? Like if there is
I do agree with you, but I want to explain.
why not saying that? I'm just saying what people tell me.
I tell you, the evolution Brazil is popular, is very successful in Brazil, is have a lot of great fighters come from that. But I think USA is taking over Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's taking over 100%. All the top competitors in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu right now, I think more than half is from the United States. From Australia, from Europe. Some of these guys now, because you have to realize Jiu-Jitsu is not just in Brazil anymore. He's in over 200 different countries. And the sport growing more is the fastest growing sport. Sport now, martial arts on the planet for right now. Is the last competition as the masters and the adults and the children in Las Vegas had 18,000 competitors.
It's amazing, right?
How martial arts have 18,000 competitors?
Where do you even run that?
They build they got
34 hours.
yeah.
Amateur as 34 in 4 days, running simultaneously. Yeah, obvious.
Well, you know, another thing that's great about you is
Huge now they have
oh yeah, it's huge.
a couple hundred people selling products there, food, and it's kind of like 8,000 or 14,000 people a day to come to us.
Spectators coming to watch. Well, it's great because you have guys that say get out of the UFC or get out of some sort of fighting. Their body can't really take the beating anymore. They've got molded, but guess what? They can go compete in jiu-jitsu still. It's not gonna, you know, be as hard on the joints and everything as it was fighting in, say, the cage. You know, so it's good for them to transition out. And a lot of those fighters do. And now you have the new wrestling thing, the real American folk style wrestling. Have you heard that? Where it's, you know, they're getting some. Yeah, you had like Michael Chandler and Chad Mendez just battled it out 2 weeks ago. And that was huge, you know, so it's great to have these things because people after the UFC, they don't have anywhere to go.
I mean, I agree with you because I think they need to do that.
Yes.
They need to do that because another day the sport is going to die. Because even a while back, they want to take wrestling from the Olympic Games.
Yeah, they almost did.
And they almost did.
Yeah.
Because not many people want to watch it. Yeah. And that's why you have to have male, female. You have to have something to attract the public to watch the show in views. And I think what that was very smart, they create this mentality like same like something mechanic for the match.
Yeah.
Fights and stuff like that. Almost like coming on a professional level.
Yeah.
Because jiu-jitsu right now is happening. Right now on UFC, create UFC BJJ.
Yeah.
They create events which people watch in UFC Pass and come super popular.
Yeah.
It's all over the world. People watch it, start bringing the views, start bringing some great characters to do the show.
And these guys that have retired now have a platform where they can still put their energy.
The biggest problem we still have in the sport within jiu-jitsu is not like any other sport. You have like the amateur and professional. And the professional, because imagine you fight all your life, you come a champ and you never, how much money you make? Not much. You have money is little here in the sponsor. What's the future for a guy who come a world champion Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Do seminars, maybe open school, go to outside Brazil to teach somewhere. And it's okay, but as a phenomenal athlete, like a lot of these guys spend a lifetime doing, to have opportunity to make money competing, like same like UFC, your son pay a lot of money for the champions. That's why a lot of guys from one-comer champion jiu-jitsu, they try cross over to MMA because UFC had more chance for them to make money.
Yeah. So what do you think was what has caused the explosion of jiu-jitsu? I mean, was it because of the UFC
Because of UFC.
or just really good promotion all the time?
That's for sure. UFC. Yeah, when the Royce Gracie won the first 2 or 3 UFCs, put jiu-jitsu on the map. And after this, the federation, the sports jiu-jitsu, start have thousands of competitors and stuff. But I think the Rigan Gracie, when he created the UFC, he helped jiu-jitsu go to the next level.
Yeah.
I give a lot of credit for Rigan Gracie because he and a guy named Art David come out with the idea to do the first UFC. And I know we owe a lot of credit for him because without him, jiu-jitsu probably not be beat is what it is.
Well, when you see those old Gracie in action tapes, and even you can be the
Is there? Oh, now the Grace action was fantastic because that was the first promotion of grappling. Because the idea for Hollywood, and even from his father, Carlos, is to prove to the world of efficient of grappling. And that's why he created the UFC, because he want to prove to the world how efficient to take the fight to the ground, get the submission, and you win the fight. And when he got a guy like Royce, was not the biggest fighter, we all the fights he have in one day. And he never throw a punch. We always take the guy to the ground, submit the guy. And for me, that was a good proof to promote jiu-jitsu. That's why after that, everybody stopped. I pay attention to it. These guys go to the now.
Do you think that's why he chose Royce? Because he was the goaler, right?
I think the first choice was Rigan Gracie. Because Rigan Gracie at the time was the number one competitor. He was a super athlete. He was in phenomenal shape. He's stronger. He's fast. His knowledge was outstanding, like one of the best. And but for some reason, happened. Rigan, I think, me want some more money, or he had big opportunities to fight in Japan. And Royce was right there, and was in the right place, the right time, and he very close to Rigan Gracie. Rigan, hey, let's put Royce.
Well, what Horian told me, actually, my first visit with Horian in Torrance actually was with Al Bundy. And Albert had said to me way back, gosh, 20 years ago, you need to come down and start doing this spot. You need to meet Horian. So we went down there, and he took me down. And Horian was saying that the reason he kicked Royce was because Royce looked like a guy that couldn't fight, whereas Rigan was, 190, he was solid, built, whereas Royce was a slim guy, and he wanted to prove the efficiency of jiu-jitsu by a much smaller, average-looking guy being able to beat all these.
Yeah, it makes him huge stays, right? I mean,
The way he did it, when you watch what Royce did in those UFCs, it looks like a movie. You see this small, slim guy, and he's just taking these guys out. Granted, he had a few battles along the way, but you always want to have that, but he prevailed more.
I think the first UFC was match.
it was.
Yeah.
1991.
True. I think Rigan was very lucky the way he put UFC. Even today, I still love watching UFC. Oh, he still having this magical thing. I think I get super excited, the new generation, now it's keep going to the next level. Like Paramount now is back up UFC now with so much money. Now we don't even have to pay-per-view anymore. Just some strides to strap it up. Yeah, Paramount.
Why is the ranking system on jiu-jitsu? So you have a white, a blue, a green, brown, black.
And they have 4 levels, like the first level is blue, purple, brown, black.
So compared to some other a lot of martial arts systems who have a lot of belts and so on, and the average martial art, you get a black belt in 3.5, 5 years. But in jiu-jitsu, it takes much longer than that, correct?
Have 2 ways for you to get your black belt today. it's kind of sad, but that's the truth. You have the one you can contact somebody in the internet and buy your belt.
That's in all martial arts today.
Yeah, he is a board right now. A lot of people with SAP, but to have another one who have guys who still have integrity, who put behind the belt the sweat, blood, the honor. That is the kind of belt I tell my students I want them to have. You have to put your sweat and blood for be honored to have the belt. I think the ones who take advantage and to be a black belt and we look to them, but we don't respect.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like whatever. But the ones you respect is the ones you have. You know they put.
How long did it take you to get your black belt?
I like that.
I like that. When you actually was wrapped around your. I love to hear that.
Yeah, that it's like example. I put the time, I put the effort, I put I have some of the best trainers at the time. I was very lucky at that time to have the coaches and the environment train.
And some of the people that you trained, who like you said you trained Paul Walker, Ashton Kutcher, some of those guys. Is there anybody that stands out that you're like, wow, Ashton? Yeah. Is he really good with his, because he's long, right? He's like 6'4".
Kutcher was very easy because before doing jiu-jitsu, he was a very good wrestler. Okay, who had scholarship in wrestling. He already was like 6'3".
Yeah,
He was almost 200 pounds, and he have the drive from the wrestling. When he come to jiu-jitsu, it was easy. I said, okay, I just need to upgrade him to fight, learn how to fight jiu-jitsu for his back.
on his back, yeah, because
He didn't like to put his back on the floor. That's a normal right. There was the challenge for Pucci. But Ashton Pucci is one of my favorite person in the world who know each other now for over 15 years. He just got his black belt. And for me, I have only love and respect for the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of the same thing for me when I transitioned a little bit into jiu-jitsu. I was wrestling. I'd like a little bit. Yeah, I dabber. Warrior train. I don't train right now specifically in jiu-jitsu, but I play with it. Where I'll be. I live in Irvine, California. So when I train, I'll go to either Ultimate Training Center, Huntington Beach, with Ron McCullough. He runs a gym out there.
I wish you easy here. Another way you can come.
I'll come train with you anytime. But and then I train at Rounders, which is in Santa Ana. More Muay Thai stand-up stuff.
Hey, anytime you here, my guest, come.
I will 100% come. I will.
We're not far from here. Like, what, 4 miles, right? No, I mean, Jewish in Beverly Hills. Probably 20 minutes for her.
I think you're okay. Like right now, just training more MMA style, which we do the jiu-jitsu, but not actually just jiu-jitsu.
The key for me, I train so many people, but one thing is important. First, you have to like what you do. You basically get the position. The moment you start like it, that's when you're gonna get great. That's my trick. I say, let's do fun. Let's enjoy and have a good time. And you have fun doing this. Now you wanna come without tell me, force you, right? When you have the pleasure to keep coming to the academy all the time, without people tell you, like, come a habit, yeah, that's how it gets.
Yes. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm going to take you up on that.
Slightly, I tell this, you love jiu-jitsu, jiu-jitsu is gonna love him back. Yeah, that's what it is.
Like any martial art.
Any martial.
Then you feed life up. Anything in life. There you go. That's truth, man. Like showing up every day, and sometimes you may not want to, but you just do it. And then other days you're just ready to get in.
I mean, Guru Inosanto, he once told me when he first started, he said that when you roll it, he said the amazing thing was that for a big guy, he said this thing, was that you were able to control yourself, to manipulate your body. He said, but never for 1 sec did he ever get hurt. I mean, he really spoke highly about you, and I know you know him very well here. And he started it late.
That's not obsessed about that guy. I met Daniel Sutherland, his back training, private social media, like 3 times a week, every week. For 9 years he trained for me. He's a black belt in position. And 9 years he trained privately for me. He never missed one class. Never. One time, I remember I was teaching some class. We looked tired here. To look like our folk was going to be. And I called his wife, Paula. Then it's okay or stuff like that because I felt he's in sevens. Often. Yeah, she said he's been filming all night a movie. I was filming Escape from LA.
Over Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Jack, John Carpenter was the director. And he filmed during the night. Don't go to the house, go straight to my stoop for the miss the class.
See, I love to hear it.
And so me, I said, "Thing, you can take your break. He's at all break. He never miss a class.
We gotta love. He's an amazing individual.
He's amazing. One time he brought this fake book like this. I said, what's that? He showed every class. He wrote details into him. He had
We use journaling for your class. That's awesome.
like this fake. I want to see that, man. I was shocked. I said, Danny, I did to read.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yeah, they not saying for me is I never met a guy so focused in martial arts. He is so
He's married to martial arts.
Yeah.
He's married to martial arts. His life is martial arts.
that guy for me is we kind of nickname him the last of Mohipis. But the truth, I tell as a person the last real martial artist. Yeah, for me. Now because I said you don't have guys like Denos. Now I don't know.
Yeah. He's a wealth of knowledge, and if he knows you want to learn, like I would text him and say, Guru, and so whatever the question might be, and he will text me back a book. Once he knows you want to learn, he will give you a livers. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's just good. I never met a guy like that.
They just get everything.
The interesting thing was Elio Gracie. I met him one time. I met him in 2006. We went down to Redondo. Royce was preparing to fight Matt Hughes. And Elio was there overseeing the session. And he was in a disagreement with their approach. And I'm not sure everything they said was just speaking Portuguese. But then I know he was in disagreement, that Royce was, if I can remember correctly, Royce was, at least that day, his tactic was to defend. And Elio was like, no, offend, take him down. Matt Hughes is a strong guy, blah, 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 something to that effect. And but I remember talking to him. He was a very nice man, but like Inosanto, when you look into his eyes, there's something very special.
Yeah.
There's so you can see how he got and how he did what he did. It's just not it's not like looking at the average human being. There's something different.
He's got a focus. It's just in there. I mean, I can see it in you as well. Yeah, that also, yeah. And I'll see that.
You did a lot. You fought a lot to grapple. I mean, I've seen you tapped out 4 judo guys, one off of the other there. One event. If you had one opponent that you fought, whether you won or whatever happened in the result, and you had to prepare for them again,
No,
who would it be?
I had some cool fights and I did some cool battles. I have these couple records. I have 365 fights, no loss. Yeah, I have one day. I have 19 fights once on the competition. But I think I have one fight happened to me. Actually, was not in the competition. Was a tryout to make the nationals. Okay, the major competition, because you're not allowed to put at the time 2 guys on which club. But my club have 5 the top clubs come to try out. Hickson, Acabra, this Acabra, and we try out to have only 2 guys to go compete. And I always fight my weight in the open class. I try fight both. On my weight class, I have like 6 or 7 fights, like a war zone. I was so tired because we fought inside the camera so hard. But to get to the open class, I have to fight a guy a heavyweight guy who used to training with us all the time, a guy named Evando. Nickname is 7,000, Evando 7,000, his nickname. In base, I said I didn't have much left, like energy-wise. I said, man, how I gonna beat this guy 2 times bigger than me? He's fresh. He don't have nobody. He's ready to go 100%. And I said, man, I have to be smart to this one. We start fighting. I fight for survival.
Yeah.
In the last 30 seconds, I wait aggressive and submit him. Well, if you want to submit him, was super cool because he got so upset, but he punched the wall and crying. He was so upset, but because he did really good, all the coaches decided to put me and him to go to the competition. And I went to the competition and I won my division. And the finals on the open class was me and him. As for the gold medal on the open class, I gave to him. Was the happiest moment in his life because I said, boy, I already beat him in the academy. I won my medal. Let he win on his medal.
You knew it. You knew within years.
Yeah, it's like that guy fought so hard to get here. He had this big fighter for me at that pattern. I knew I can beat him, but I let him pass. He still today say thanks, or you have a time to say.
Oh, you still see this?
That the guy was the only championship he won his life, I think. And for him was like it's everything he ever fought. And I mean to be a champion in working class.
For you, you had it in here. That was enough.
For me, I never worries much about medals or titles. For me, it's about competition to have to see another gladiator, and we want to go to war. Yeah, when you go to war zone, and that's one of the feelings I tell people is the best feeling in the world for me. You go to this battle with another war zone, and you win the fight. You have biggest pleasure in the world when you win a good war zone. And that feeling is what was addictive. I want to have the feeling every time I fight. It's not the same when you fight somebody and the other guy don't want to fight you. No, I beat the guy. You don't feel even adrenaline to fight the guy. So I think everything is about for a champion or a competitor is to go to a war zone and not. You want to be the best. You have to fight.
You want to leave it all.
Yeah, but have to put yourself in the war zone. When you do that and you come out with victory, is that was the what's it all for me.
You know, I was the same way because I always felt when I was fighting, I was really alive. Like that's one of the times that you're not worried about anything going on outside of society. You're not worried about any problems you have. There's one problem. It's right across from me and I need to solve it. So you're in that moment, right? And then, yeah, when you become victorious, of course, I mean, you earn that. And if you didn't earn it, then you don't want it. When you're a champion, you don't want it, right?
It's interesting you say that because what you're talking about builds character. It's genuine. I know a lot of martial arts people like you there, but the ones that are more driven by the trophy or the medal, for me, in a lot of cases, when I experience with that individual is that it's all about the show. But then all of a sudden you meet that guy who, maybe has fought and maybe lost, or maybe he's won a few and maybe he doesn't fight anymore, but he'll he'll be on the mats every day, whatever, whether he's on wrestling or jiu-jitsu or just karate or in the ring, whatever. But his character is supreme.
Yeah.
He's more about the art of the thing, the sincerity of it. You know, whereas the person who's more about the medal tend to not have as much carry. Like you were saying, you know, for you, it's more about getting in there, you know, knowing you come out with the victory and challenging yourself. Yeah, opposed to being in there against a guy who's, you know, and you steamroll over him, but the feeling's not the same, right? Yes. Yeah.
Like in wrestling, I hated getting buys. So, you know, buy when you automatically win to go on to the next bracket, right? I hated that. I always hated getting buys because it's like, man, first off, I'm here to test myself, right? I like to get in there. I like to learn, see where I need to make mistakes or where I made mistakes, how I can get better. And if I get a buy, regardless if I end up placing or not, I just miss the opportunity to get better in a way, you know? And I just absolutely hated that. I don't care if I lose. Because even when you, like, what was it? Vince Lombardi said, sometimes when you win, you actually lose. And sometimes when you lose, you actually win.
Or it's Andy Arquita says, you never lose. Then win all the time because you learn. Even if you lose, you learn. If you win, well, you learn something too, right?
Yeah.
He said that.
Yeah, he said that. Oh, I knew about that as a podcast. And like, yeah.
So, you know, so Rigan, what's the future hold for Rigan Machado?
I think my next big challenge is I'm in love. I take example. I have guys like Ashton, guys like I learned how to respect in so many different ways. Who is a very unique business person beside his business. And that's based what I'm looking for. My next challenge is to do things outside my comfort zone. Like example, I try direct films. I try that is complete outside my comfort zone. And that's a good challenge. In the business aspect, I try to do energy drink. It's another big challenge. But
Yeah, that's a good one. Energy drink would be a good one.
yes, I have technology business. I have few things like challenge myself, which is a good adventure for me. You know what I mean? And for me, that's what excites me for a lot to do something outside the comfort zone. And I do things I love. I love movies. I love because the energy drink I'm doing, I have a reason for it. Because it's all natural. I create 4 flavors.
What's it called?
It's called Machado.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Is it on the market yet?
No, it's we're still in process to launch. But we finish the taste, we finish the design, finish everything. But the problem, not the problem, what I try to do, which is crazy, that's our biggest challenge. I try go to Brazil by Amazon, and my goal is to buy a warehouse and create a structure of the warehouse to buy all the seeds from different plants and different trees, grade the plants and replant the trees in the areas people burn or devastate in the Amazon. It's always my goal. My goal is every drink, every can is one tree.
One tree.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. I love that.
Is all the money I want to use for that.
That is beautiful.
That's my goal.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah, about one is to give back to nature, to give back.
Right. And people love energy drinks, for one. And for two, people love saving the planet. That's what you're doing, bringing it together, man. I love that.
That's something. I was in the Amazon already 2 or 4 times. Yeah.
You have a date, a projected date right now?
No, right now, because you're learning the business, like same like my film business, I have a lot of people guide me.
Yeah.
To the reasons the right way. But for me, it's about taste. The most tough thing for me, more natural, you try to guess the drink, is the most difficult thing I ever seen on that. Because you can make taste really good quick.
Yeah.
But it's unnatural, so it's not natural. Yeah, put sugar, put chemicals, or put this. Yeah, oh, I got the taste. I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
But how you get the right taste, tastes good, and help. That's what's the challenge. I've been doing that for right now 3 years. I went to some of the best guys on there for developing taste. But I think I got it. I think I found sugar cane, organic, which I'm gonna put a little bit will give the right taste. I love the taste I like for. Cause when you drink Red Bull, Monster, tastes delicious. You know, I can drink that all day because the taste. Yeah, I pick sometimes when they drink something super natural, you feel
Just like a
EVAs.
yeah. It's like an aftertaste, like a bitterness.
Say I'll try like the monkey fruit and stuff like that. And it's like, wait, something. The taste is not. It's a little off. Yes. I had some friends who did some drinks and stuff like tea. I drink and said, man,
Well, you know, the scary thing about an energy drink is this, because I'm a big energy drink guy. I probably drink way too much. But I'll tell you this, I will try new energy drinks. Maybe this will help. I don't know. But I know of a couple of buddies that are the same way. I'll try them when they first come out, but I only give them one chance.
yeah.
And if I try it or I'm not
Feeling it, I send you a box of the product. But I think the key to is to create the caffeine behind it.
yes.
Yeah, that is fair. Example in Brazil, have some fruits. One is the guaraná.
Oh yeah.
Guaraná have a very high concentrate of caffeine. It is natural.
Yeah.
And we tried to figure out few things from guaraná who bring what we need for energize for a lot of vitamins, a lot of things.
Let me ask you this. I haven't seen this in a while, but I had a buddy, and I don't know if you've heard of him or not, but his name was Greg Plitt. He passed away in 2015. He actually got hit by a train in Burbank, but he was huge in the fitness industry. And if you saw his face, you'd be like, oh yeah, I've seen that guy. But he passed away in 2015. And at the time, he was in the midst of making an energy drink combined with a protein shake. Because you don't see that much. I don't think I've ever seen one. Have you? No. So it was called Way Up at the time. He was just trying to get it started. Actually, I believe he was filming like an excerpt commercial when he actually got killed.
My grandma had recommend that guy for you bring to the show. These guys I gave him a black belt. He created a documentary, The Game Change. Have you seen that?
Yes, yeah. That is a great documentary.
He exposed
Yeah, we love it.
his products is vegan.
Yeah.
A vegan or a vegan.
I believe,
It's amazing product. And he's doing so good. He's doing now this huge documentary about to save the planet. Yes, but this guy is amazing.
have you trained with Nate Diaz?
I have chance to meet them. He's a student of my cousin Seagal Gracie.
Yeah.
Seagal Gracie was my student.
Yeah.
He trained for me in Brazil.
Because he's a vegan, I believe, or at least I think he's either vegetarian or vegan. Nate is for sure.
But I met them, very unique brothers, very good jiu-jitsu. They did so well on their knees to my arms. I think both brothers is a fantastic boxers and jiu-jitsu guys. And the way the two brothers was doing so well, their careers fantastic.
Yeah. And they had a gas tank like nobody. I mean, they could go forever. And I think it's because they did a lot of marathon running and stuff like that. Do you think that that's, you're the king of this stuff. Do you think that that's the key as far as having cardio?
I think is a group of things, not just the cardio. I think the cardio with the guys on the text very important, but it's very important to have all the elements, the strength, the mobility, the agility, and the knowledge of what they're doing, stuff. I think like doesn't matter how good you are, you step in the ring, you get tired. Your techniques,
Yeah.
your technique's not gonna work.
How can you perform when you're tired? That's
Today you have the level of training from the new generation is 5 stars. They train like high level.
Yeah.
The sport is a different level. I think every field because the money they make it,
it's their career.
you're treating them the major fights. You don't see guys get tired that easy.
If you were to, now did you say about that with the 5-star training and, if you were to take a guy back in your day, any particular individual who was the best of what he did then,
I wanna tell you, and the guy the truth is like this. In my time, I'll be here in case from the same time I come here, I wanna be that level. In the new generation is gonna be here. I tell why, because I see as a force.
are you talking about skill set? Or are you talking about overall?
Like just the evolution everywhere. It's like where we're at. Yeah.
I think it's like this. You can compare, like example, put the two horse to race, right? And the horse in my time didn't have trainers, didn't have everything. They spars, they go. Today, this guy have not the super nutrition, super this, super train, super everything. The guys come 5-star horse race physically, they're already here. Strength, they here. And the evolution of training, they here. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like sometimes you compare like Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson. Physically, I think Mike Tyson is
An Adonis. He's just like,
I think Muhammad Ali in his time he was fantastic, but I think he stepped at the era from Mike Tyson, Holyfield, these guys. The issue he gonna have is the physique. The guys is a different level of physique. The guys today are just
Well, and
it's the same like the beginning of the UFC and today.
yes.
100% like almost you get some of these guys to fight the new generation. They don't go in the first round.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, the knowledge is different. We now know today what
You
words.
never know that maybe some of my techniques and stuff will do well, but I don't. Well, as about physically,
explain a little bit because, and I know what you mean, but just for the viewers that don't. So when you say the fighter in your day is here, the fighter today is there. Are you talking about an overall package? Because an armbar in 1980 was an armbar.
yes, but you have to realize the box, right? You see endurance from my time, endurance to today. The guys today, with the condition, the smart train they have, it's gonna be here compared to me. The physical strength, they're gonna be here. I'm gonna be here. You know what I mean? The evolution of jiu-jitsu is gonna be here. They're gonna be here. Knowledge-wise and things like that. Instead, like when you put all these plugs together, they're gonna be here and here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's the reality. There's no way we go outside the box to say, hey, you know what I mean? In my time, in my generation, I was a champ. But in case I travel to time to come to today, I think it is a different world of being a trouble.
But you'd still be a champion, I think, yeah.
I think again, in case that time I have the trainers for today, yeah, to put all this box probably in the same level, but I think you have to realize it's a different generation.
I think it's
Like when Muhammad Ali was a champion, Mike Tyson was a champion. It's two different times, different eras. Yeah.
Well, everything Danny and Osampo always said, everything evolves. He said, we're not going to fight a war today the way George Washington fought.
exactly.
Everything evolves. Yeah.
But I think it speaks.
It's evolution. It's evolution.
It speaks volume to your character that you would say that. Because there's a lot of people out there that be like, oh well, I could take it.
My philosophy, leave your ego in the door and be you. Yeah. And that's how I see that's actually the reality. It is what it is. Like the example, I was privileged to do what I did, compete the way I did, to have opportunity to use jiu-jitsu for all the opportunities I have today, to have these amazing cousins who start the UFC, to have these amazing brothers who doing jiu-jitsu with me. Yeah, I feel the super luck to go to this journey with these amazing people in my life, to have opportunity to jiu-jitsu send me to places all over the world. Today I live in Beverly Hills, have a school in Beverly Hills, have a chance to teach all these amazing celebrities, to meet some of the most unique people I couldn't even imagine, you know what I mean, to have opportunity to meet. So I think the life, what I'm so thankful for the opportunities I have to this sport, to all these opportunities I have in my life. Every day I wake up happy and feel like I'm the luckiest man in the world because the sport I do.
That speaks volumes.
I never expect anything back from Jiu-Jitsu, and to see what they brought for me, opportunity-wise, is amazing. But Jiu-Jitsu has given everything. And I think it's not that. I think the moment you honest, you fight for integrity, you fight for do things right, to try be a good person as possible. To use what Jiu-Jitsu I learned inside the mat to bring to the outside, the same other culture, the same philosophy. And because I was talked to a friend about my teaching, I said, I was explain to my student, when I coach, you can go and teach techniques and stuff like that, whatever. That's great. But today, the technology, you go to YouTube, Instagram, and you learn a lot of stuff. You probably see some of the best guys in the world teach online his techniques. But what I do, who you're not able to watch on the videos, is to teach the person to be confidence, to become a better person, to become a better father, to become a better husband, to become a better character, you know what I mean? To build that person to be better in every different aspect is what I think I become a good coach. Because the moment you have this opportunity, you don't capitalize to help other people, you're not doing a good job.
You're not doing justice to the world.
Yeah, you'll not take advantage to pay back what that gave to you.
It's interesting you say that because you met my instructor at the Black Belt Awards last year.
Yeah,
Eddie Down. And a number of years ago, I was upset about something I couldn't remember in the fall. I wasn't getting something for whatever reason. And I was, a little upset about it. He said to me, listen, Jim, it's important to be good at what you're doing. He said, it's not that important to be brilliant at Form 4. It's more important to be a good human being. He said, that's what you want martial arts. You want to bring out character and give back. That's exactly what you're saying. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Yeah.
I got one question.
Ask as many as you want.
Okay. When the UFC first started, do you know if it's true that they were going to initially put an alligator pit around the...
I think
Because Art had drawn up some drawings.
Yeah, I saw it, bro.
And I remember him...
I think
I don't know how long this is about.
I think when I talked to Ori about people travel to a different planet. They come out, put a bubble wire around, they put electrical wire and stuff like that, and all these different crazy ideas.
Yeah.
And what was crazy don't make more sense. It's like I said, brother, what the hell?
They're already fighting,
And I think the best idea was Audio have a student named John Mills who direct Conor Bavaria, and was one of the best guys at the time. The industry, Hollywood, is a director, writer, and he was talked to Audio, the Octagon.
Because that was the one thing that came out of it. Yeah.
They designed the Octagon, and Joe Miller have some ideas to get to Hardy, and Hardy capitalized the idea.
Because it was like two guys go in, one guy comes out. It was like...
The danger did the way they create is a different feeling. course, like when you go to this kind of fight in boxing, you can grab the ropes, you can go through the ropes, and that could be a trick a lot of the fighters use to survive. To cut people off right, they get him down, they grab the ribs. Yeah.
Now they work the cage. You know,
The cage,
a little harder, right?
they grab the cage, they take points right away. It's not that easy.
And it's harder to cut.
It's not that easy to grab the cage. It's not gonna help as much. You know what I mean? I think the author gonna give it that. When people watch, he's like, yeah, let's go. That's why
School gladiator days, like
UFC come so successful, so powerful from the beginning to today. Today, I think the genius behind, the people behind, it's amazing. It's one of my favorite things today. Sometimes when I have a good UFC, to go to a sport club, a sport
place. You have all make a sports bar, watch it, or get.
and have all my friends.
It's the best.
I love it because it's a show.
Yeah.
You watch every day, you have some guys like fight each other, don't know who's gonna win, and they go to war. It's amazing.
It's the most final thing we can do these days.
UFC is getting better. Yeah, the order is not going down. I don't know what's going up all the time. It's amazing because it's amazing. The fights get better and better and better. And the level of fighters don't, 9%, a lot of the fighters go over there. They want to come success because it's about the rank, but at the same time, it's about the character today. It's about all these elements to convert success or to be at the UFC. I think it's very interesting. It's like, I think guys like McGregor,
Yeah.
McGregor, I think he was the major pioneer in the UFC to push to that level.
To bring that personality and
I think he is one of the people don't realize how successful businessman he is outside the cage. I think he's is other smart guy outside the cage. I think he pushed people to their another level. Like, hey, even outside the UFC, you can still make a lot of business. Or he did fighting bots outside the UFC.
fight Mayweather.
Yeah, he made $100 million in that fight. He showing people. Not all of that. He created his drink.
Yeah.
A whiskey drink, proper bottle. Yeah, and the drink he sold what? Made a fortune.
Oh yeah, yeah. The forced McGregor fights in the top 5 pay-per-views of all time.
Yeah.
Of McGregor.
I think he is a guy who can sell chicken.
Weight spots and seats.
I think he another one who was amazed to sell tickets. Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
I think she was one of my favorite person in the world to watch to fight. Yeah, I think she.
Because it's like you knew what she was gonna do, and she still got a none.
I think you guys like my favorite fight by all time because the integrity he had is Khabib.
Oh yeah, Habib. Yeah.
For me, Khabib moral values, his integrity. He is a good example for generations to come. I tell why, because he could come here, I'm gonna fight 2 or 3 more fights and make another $50 million. He said, no, I did, I accomplished. Now I'm gonna train other fighters, and he wanna establish himself as a coach.
Another coach in. And in honor of his father too, which
He said, I accomplished what I wanted to promise his, I think his mom or something.
his mom he would stop after his dad.
Yes,
He's a good guy.
the love he had for his father was beautiful.
Yeah, it was. I remember watching
The respect that he had, the way,
Yeah. Very humble.
yeah.
A lot of integrity.
there was a short video the UFC made when his father passed, and
Well, it's kind of,
it was heart wrenching. That it was a good video they made, and it really showed the level of character that.
Party one time there was watch. I think he was fighting. Step outside the ring to fight some media who outside the cage. Yeah, the McGregor fight.
Oh, Artem, and then Artem got into it.
Yeah, I think he was worried about what his father.
It's gonna face. Yeah, A+.
Yeah, she said, as you said, well, my father is gonna block my. And 50, he have a meeting with Putin in Russia. Saw something.
Oh yeah, the poop he did. Yeah.
You Putin, hey, go easy. Stop. Yes, so don't kick his belt to the his butt. And that was so cool.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, I like Khabib. I think he is amazing coach. And the result of the guys who trains for us, always guys, his camp have good track record down there.
Yeah, they're all bushy guys. Yeah, a lot of integrity, very decent people. Yeah. Egan, thank you for coming on.